Hi, I just wanted to do a quick video on how to do a search for a journal article or an article of any sort, but the easiest place to go would be to go to Google Scholar. So I'm actually just going to type in Google Scholar into my search bar. You can type it into your URL bar at the top if you want. But whenever you get in here, you can see here it goes to scholar.google.com. And if you use Google Scholar, the nice thing is it saves your searches. So I'm actually going to use this Progressivism Philosophy Teacher Role, which was our Philosophy of Education paper for Founds and Trends. And then you're going to get all of these different articles. So what I would do is kind of go in and say, okay, this is an article I think might work. So this is about between perennialism and progressivism. I'm going to scan through this and see, do I think this might work for me? All right, so this one does for sure talk about progressivism and the attitudes about education. So I'm going to do a search by doing Control and F, and you can see it brought the bar up right up here. And it takes me to all of the times that progressivism is listed. So you can scroll right through. Now, I didn't download the whole article here, so it's just doing what's on the page. But I want to go back. You could download this paper and do the Control F and be able to look through. I'll show you what it looks like on one that just automatically opens. So we're going to choose this paper. So when I get in here, I'm going to scan and I see, oh, it does talk about the different types of the 5 dimensions is what this calls it. But I'm going to do Control F, and I'm just going to, instead of doing progressivism, I'm just going to do progress and see what comes up. So that kind of takes you through the main piece, but here it talks about essentialism refers to the philosophy of education that is progressive in process. Oh, but wait a second. Here we go. We've got progressivism refers to the philosophy of education that should be based in interactions with other people in real life activities. So I don't want to use this word for word, but I can change these words up and make it kind of a concept. So I could change this up and say, the philosophy of progressivism uses the interactions with people during their real life work, such as, and I might give an example of, if I'm teaching about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in reading and we're looking at characters and what they do, then I might compare Willy Wonka with a family member. Or I might talk about chocolate and the chocolate making process in real life, and we might actually make chocolate. So those would be the connections that I would make in this situation, talking about how progressivism fits in. But what I also want you to see is there's a really easy way to cite your work when you if you go back to your main screen once I have found the quote that I'm going to use in my paper. I can come back here and go to Cite, and it gives me a MLA, APA, Chicago, etc. So I can just click copy, and then I can paste this into my document into the, let me pull up a document. I'll show you how to do it. So we're just going to pretend this is my reference page. So you're going to have references listed at the top. And you're going to come down, double space, and you can then go in and paste your document or paste your, now you need to correct it, make sure everything is correct. This should be pre-service teachers, and this should be double space, so I'm going to do double spaced. Paragraph, we're going to do double space. Oh, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. And then I should have a hanging indent. So I want my indent to start, and it should be 12 font. So let me change to 12 font first. And I'm going to make my indent go in so that my Author hangs out in the front, and then I have my indent in the back. So always check these against the expectations through Purdue or OWL Purdue against your paper that we gave you. But I think this might help you in using these references and in getting that formatted paper correct. If you have any questions, shoot me an email.